What's good, y'all? It's your boy Puffington, and you're watching Puffs with Puff. So on today's episode of Puffs with Puff, we're gonna be working with some Sunset Sherbet Shatter, y'all. This is a form of concentrate. Shatter is known because it has glass-like consistencies and room temperatures. And Sunset Sherbet, this is one of my favorite strains, one of the parent strains to the gelato strain. This actually comes from Girl Scout cookies and pink panties, one of my favorite hybrids. It has a very flavorful taste, like candy usually. So yeah, definitely a bud you wanna try in any form. Alright, so today what we're gonna do with this, man, we're gonna put a worm in a joint, and we're also gonna do a Twax method, which is when you wrap some wax around the joint in like a, swirly pattern. But the word Twax, this comes from twirling and wax. This is a hybrid word when you put it together. Twirl and wax equals Twax. So you'll see that come to life. All right, so first we're gonna grab some of our shatter. We're gonna use a dab tool. This usually makes your life a lot easier. A dab tool to work with the wax. You don't ever wanna fully put your hand on the wax. It can be very sticky if you use your bare hands, so you don't wanna do that actually. So yeah, once you have a piece of wax here, since shatter it stays a little bit hard at room temperature, you can mold it without getting your hands oily and messy. You know, me, what I actually do is pin it to the end of the dab tool. Then I just do a twirl and keep pulling little by little. And you'll see the worms start forming. First I set up the worm so that way when I get to rolling, we can just apply this easily later. All right, so we're gonna set that aside for now. And we're gonna roll some paper. I'm using some birthday cake paper from Juicy J's. Shout out to Juicy J's. My favorite papers. And we're gonna be rolling up some sour glue, a hybrid from Sour Diesel and Gorilla Glue actually. So it's a good little mix, some nice nugs there, as you can see. Nice fluffy nugs, comes from the GG, I can tell. We're gonna use a HAPPYMUNKEY grinder. Remember, we have the worm set aside, but we're about to do some fun things with that. All right, so once your material is ground up, when you got your butter, you want to apply that first to the paper, right? All right. Let's add a filter in here. I prefer raw pre-rolled filters. Sometimes it saves a lot of time. You just plug these right in here at the end and it'll save you a lot of time and hassle. So, once you have your filter in here and your bud laid out, what I like to do, now we bring back the wax that we had. So we just created the grass for our snake, you feel me? And in this case, we want a snake in the grass, so now we have let's get this back up here. You have your wax ready to go. You got your bud ready. Now, just gonna lay that bud right up in there. I'll lay the bud, I'm gonna lay the wax, y'all. You know what I meant, I'm just high. We're gonna lay this down. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. All right. So the lighter's gonna come in handy here. You lay down the wax right on the bud. And then, bam, you just let the wax melt right off of there. So now, you have the wax inside there. You just let the bud cradle the wax, is what I call it. So you let the bud just surround the wax right around the middle. By smushing it up, you're gonna do that with your thumbs. You're gonna make sure you pat that down, boom, boom, boom. Give a nice cushion around that wax that just fell in there. And then you're just gonna roll up as usual. So boom, that was the first method of wax that we can do, is putting it inside. Then the next I'm gonna show you the Twax method. This is what I call a snake in the grass. We'll call this one. So I just tell you guys the snake in the grass. I just coined that one. Next I'm gonna show you what I like to call the Twaxilation. That's what I'm gonna call the next one. Boom. So yeah, when I'm rolling up, it doesn't matter how messed up the first layer is, because you always wrap it right up with a second layer. So this is a pro tip right here. It's always gonna have a nice finish to it and a slow burn if you just put a second paper around it. Now that we got our joint roll, we're gonna show you the second thing, how to twaxilate that. So first, we're gonna take another piece of shatter, and we're gonna make another worm like we did earlier. Just gonna twirl and pull little by little. So a cool thing I like to do is once I get a little bit there, you can actually apply it already. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start applying this, and then you just kind of twirl it around while rolling. You hold the wax there, and then if you need to take a little more, a trick I like to do is I just line it up. So you just line up this wax right here, bring it back around, and you can still catch it, and it will continue to stretch around. Just gotta know how to mess with that wax. Me, I like to end it around halfway. You don't wanna have too much wax going, because then you're gonna be having oil all around the bottom. You'll get some wax running down. At the end, you just give it a leg twirl to get all the wax off. So yeah, here you have a twaxilated joint right here, AKA the Twaxilation. Now we have wax on the inside. We got the snake in the grass. We got the Twaxilation on the outside. Now it's time to see if it's gonna hit. Ooh, oh, that's bussin', as my grabba smokers would say. This is bussin' more than grabba, in fact. But shout out to my grabba smokers. Oof. Oh yeah, this is good right here. In New York, it's just a fast-paced city, and I'm always on the go, so we always need different types of bud to get us going. We need variety in our life, so I'm always into smoking fire. That's gonna inspire me to create different ideas and get things done. It's just a lot in New York City, so how does it fit into that lifestyle, man? It fits into a fast-paced lifestyle of New York City for sure. Yeah, man, if we didn't have this fire bud, we'd probably be going crazy, man, because there's a lot of things we deal with on a daily basis. Some of my favorites, definitely gelato for sure. Gelato 33. Oh, good looks, my G.
You're welcome.
Bet. Ooh. Needed that. Larry Bird, that's one of my favorites. It's always great. Cereal milk, man. Ooh, cereal milk, man. I've been enjoying that for breakfast kind of every day pretty much. It's been pretty good. Lava cake, gelati, ooh, gelati. I tend to like a lot of gelato strains because it's just such a good strain to me. It tastes so good, it tastes like candy. It doesn't even taste like a bud actually. I wish I could just eat the bud, but I can't. You might get some wax on you doing a project like this. In the case that you do, you just use some isopropyl alcohol. 90% is the best. The higher the percent, the better. Because wax can definitely be a sticky substance. So definitely keep Q-tips nearby, alcohol wipes. If you notice, this has a very slow burn to it because there's wax on the inside as well. Remember, we put a wax worm on the inside, a snake in the grass. Ooh. It's very potent too. This is some sour What was it? See, I'm hot. I forgot the name already. Sour glue, y'all. Woo! Sour glue with the sunset sugar wax, y'all. What a combo. So today on Puffs with Puffs, we learned 2 methods. One is the snakes in the grass method, where we put the line of wax inside of the grass, inside of the joint. Then the second method that we learned today is the Twaxilation method, where we wrap the wax on the outside, man. I hope you enjoyed your time with it. This is Mr. Puffington, and this is Puffs with Puffs.